The Indian democracy as well as the Democratic Party of India, because today we have completed the bill to be presented to the Parliament on comprehensive electoral reforms in this country. We have suggested the bill in the form of an amendment to the Constitution of India, that is 126 and 127 constitutional amendment bills. And along with this, you see the Representation of Peoples Act 1950 and the Delimitation Act 2002. So we have, you see, actually given the bills in an amended form, and the key features of these bills are the introduction of the proportional representation system from the Parliament to the Panchayats, and the number of MPs and MLAs are to be increased, and with a guarantee of reservation to the scheduled castes and scheduled tribes and to the women. And this bill, you see, it encompasses many features, the key features of which are 752 seats in the proportional representation system in one national list for the elections to the House of the People, and 748, you see, double member constituencies, that is not one MP but two MPs should be elected from one particular parliamentary constituency. So in this way, the number of member parliaments would be increased to 1500 from the present 545 in the House of the People. The second part, you see, also envisages to increase the number of member parliaments in the upper house, that is the Rajya Sabha or the Council of the States, from the present 250 to 675. In the legislative assemblies from 4120 to 6382. So a party which will be, you see, able to poll 0.5% of the votes in the national list would be eligible for, you see, equal number of seats in the member parliament, and all the other parties who are interested in contesting, you see, the multi-member constituencies will be having an ample opportunity, because now not a single member parliament but two MPs will be elected from the constituencies. This is a key feature of this bill. And in the legislative assemblies also there would be multi-member constituencies, and in the multi-member constituencies, of course, in the states, out of 6,382 MLA constituencies, the people will be having ample opportunity to contest the elections in some sort of a first past the post system. But we have also introduced in the legislative assemblies the proportional representation system. The key aspect of this is that where 40 seats, 40 or less seats are there in the proportional representation system, the parties would be required to get 5% of the eligible votes, but where 40 and more seats are there, the party would be required to get only 2.5% of the votes. So this would facilitate the smaller parties and minorities and the scheduled castes and scheduled tribes and the minorities and the women to get a better representation in a new political system that we have suggested in the country. The comprehensive electoral reforms have become overdue for past 25 years. Ever since, you see, the Goswami Committee report, the Indrajit Gupta Committee report, the Vanchi Committee report, and the reports of the Administrative Reforms Committee and the Election Commission of India, and the two reports of the Law Commission of India of 1999 and 2015. And of course, the Democratic Party of India has already taken a lead in this matter in 2015, whereby we petitioned the Law Commission of India and the Election Commission of India and Indian State on 1st June 2014, and subsequently we also petitioned many times, but you see, no major, you see, considerable progress was visible in this country. Of course, it had a great impact, because now, you see, the Parliamentary Committee is studying the comprehensive electoral reforms, and on 7th June, you see, I being the National President of API was being called in the Taj Bandra, but due to this bill, I was engaged in the drafting of this bill, so therefore I seek an extension. But before the report of the Parliamentary Committee, now we have, you see, took recourse to a citizens' bill, and we have already prepared a bill, the first part of the bill, which will be tomorrow there in Parliament. Now it is up to the Parliament to take a view on this, that how to enact on the citizens' bill. I feel that in the monsoon session there will be major development on this. And as far as the second part of the bill is concerned, which will encompass an amendment to the Representation of Peoples Act 1951, as well as the rules and orders thereunder, and the other, you see, acts and rules which will ensure that you see the political parties receive, you see, public funding. There is a ceiling on the political parties, and then there is a media regulation, and then the paper slips are counted, 100% paper slips are counted, paper trails of the VPATs. All these key features along with the PR system and increasing of the MP MLAs would be introduced in the second part of the bill. We are expecting that by the end of this month we shall be in a position to present the bill to the Parliament. So this will be the biggest initiative taken by any political party in the history of Indian democracy. And whenever you see the history of political system will be written in this country, and in particular about the electoral reforms and the changes, Ambedkarite Party of India would receive a golden mark in the history of Indian parliamentary democracy. Jai Hind.